veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go. Here we go.
Throwing to start here is Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rush was right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback.
The blitz coming, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. But just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at third down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback too.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Tua going to throw. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Tua now on first down. They'll get this into the hands of Mostert. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. A first carry now for Chase Edmonds. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Another carry now for Edmonds. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Third and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. A mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. This is caught out in the right flat. And a fake attempt here not going to work. Got a little yardage, but not enough to get to the goal line. I thought the days of the fake extra point were numbered once they moved these kicks back to the 15. Apparently I was mistaken.
Yeah, I was wondering who was ever going to try to do this. In fact, I quit wondering. I didn't think it would ever happen. Taking a fake from the 15-yard line to try and pick up an extra point, I didn't think anyone would ever call this.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. They come back now. 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Rodgers going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result. They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover, but I love their fight. Planted their feet and forced the incompletion on first down.
On 2nd and 10, Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua, as these guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point and good by Sanders. And the lead now stands at 13. After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Second down, another shot for Jones. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Yeah, on third down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball, but someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
Now Tua. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks it. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marginal yardage against them.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first. Looking to pass. Tua. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill on the touchdown pass from Tua, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead in the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this 1st half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Amari Rodgers to return it from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. After the turnover, it's Tua. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, 29 yards. And the Dolphins are able to widen. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something, double turnovers. But, oh, they try a lateral on the return, and now the ball's loose. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field goal.
How about that? And a crazy situation we just saw there. Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween, and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today. Help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Touchdown! Robert Tunyon, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Tua. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The offense schemed during 5 long to try and create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Open man is Amari Rodgers complete.
And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. Rodgers to throw once more.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
This one complete to Tunyon underneath. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this 1st half of action. On 1st down, Rodgers. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Tua, a final shot before half.
And they'll get this on the screen to Mostert.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the 3rd quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators. They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And that play was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
He finds Randall Cobb on the completion. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 37-yard line. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it inside the 35. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Working from the gun. Rodgers. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Melvin Ingram. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
2 and now on 1st down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
They'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. Oh, he's got some breathing room. A solid stiff arm. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And as you saw right there, this is a guy with pretty good speed for a tight end. Nice job there, catching the short throw and turning it upfield. He can also be a weapon downfield as well.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Kenny Clark picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill. 26 yards as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
Second down, it's Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They've not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Third quarter from Miami. This is 2nd and 10. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And look at this, it's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt, it doesn't work out, and the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now left side on the swing pass. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Caught left side by Cal. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And again, it's Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Here's Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, faded like a lawn chair. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Dolphins are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. With that interception, he just set a record that nobody ever wants to set, and that's the most picks ever in an NFL game. 8.
The last time we saw 7, 2001, right?
Yeah.
Ty Detmer. He's with the Lions at that time. To get to 8, are we sure he knows what color jerseys his team's wearing in this one?
I don't know. It has not been good. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
With Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You always think about picking up the first down, but in this case, they were thinking about something bigger. They were thinking about the home run shot and took it downfield. Unable to connect, but admire the effort.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time.
And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
Well, part of this defense now with multiple interceptions in this game, but this time they say turnabout is fair play because, remember, they had a pick 6 on the other side, and now they get a pick 6 of their own.
Yeah, they actually added to some of their nice play throughout this ball game. A good effort by them to secure another interception on this one. A better effort to take it all the way back for 6. And how about an exceptional effort to match their opposition's pick 6 from earlier in this game?
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And the pick 6 we just saw makes things a little more interesting. Still, though, a 2-possession game as they control their destiny in this 4th quarter.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And the Packers are right back in this football game. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers.
Pass to Lazard, bringing it in on the crossing route.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Rodgers going to throw.
Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know what he thinks going on out there, CD.
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Second down, Gaskin.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Tua going to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on third down.
Here's Thomas Morstead now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. Able to get in a most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Taking it about the 16. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the point. And that's caught inside the 35. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Rodgers now on first down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Here's Rodgers to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely fourth down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eric Rowe.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. That one looks like he'll throw here. And going deep for Hill. And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Eric Stokes.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, he's going to look deep down the field. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
That's caught at the 2. And make him 4 for 4 now on 2-point conversions as he'll take this one in for the score. So with 13 on the clock, it's time for an onside kick. And the Dolphins are indeed going to get... And oh, he coughed it up! And the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pick up there, 26 yards. One final try now for Rodgers. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked up by Javon Holland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A couple more minutes, and maybe the outcome of this one, Charles, would have been different. But ultimately, time runs out in the comeback, so it falls short. And they hold on to win this by just one possession.
Not the fourth quarter they wanted, but they did earn the win, and they'll be happy about that, and they should be.